Periyava Sharanam, Experiences with His Holiness, narrated by Venkatesha Natarajan, Kumbakonam, compiled by T.S. Kodandarama Sharma. Periyava and Puranaanooru. Continued. This is Laukika, worldly perception. What is Deivikam, divine about it is, what he said as our Periyamma, mother's elder sister, was the eldest daughter of Ramashesha Shastrigal. That she was given in marriage at Satanoor would have been known to Periyava because Shastrigal was closely connected with Sri Matham. How did he know about her Vaidavyam, widowhood too? Was given in marriage, he said in past tense. In Bhaskara Kshetram, 2 to 3 Satanoors are there. Only Kolattangarai Satanoor was Tirumular Adishayam, pre-eminence. How did Periyava know that Periyamma entered only in this particular Satanoor after many years? Before the Adbhutam miracle took place, the name for Tirumular was Sundaranathan. Periyava's memory power. Aha! The widespread people tree, Tiruvavadurai Masila Manishwarar, Ayyanar temple, Siddheshwarar, Ananda Gauri. How many ever temples? That many Swami Ambal Tirunamas, sacred names. How does he remember them? 1982 Avani is my remembrance about this one. Some months had passed by since I had retired from office. One day, thinking suddenly of it and see Mani calling me with the same thinking, we both went to Satara. Mahaswamigal was then camping there. Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal was in Kanchi. It was the time when in Satara, that is in the Maharashtra state, arrangements were being made to build a Nataraja temple, similar to the one in Chidambaram. Night had set in when we both reached there. On the next day at dawn time, we were waiting for Periyava's Suprabhata, early morning darshan. There were just 20 of us standing in the place, hoping that he would open a small window and give darshan. An adjacent Samasthana Raja king was standing with plenty of camphor pieces in a large plate with sloping rim. Tambalam. The time came, the door opened and the Deeparadhana was performed. At that time, when a man came and said, "Who has come who reads Tirumular?" Periyava calls. We were thrilled. We had only read about his Jnana Drishti, prevision. We bowed to him. He asked something about me. I told him about me. I had written a book for Samarpanam, dedication to our father, and had planned to print and publish it. Keeping the manuscript in front of him with the expression, "Is it appropriate what I thought of doing?" I sought his blessings. He caressed it with his sacred hands. I had titled the book, which was written in detail in 2 languages, Tamil and English, Pearls from Periyapuranam, Volume 1. Just 3 stories of Tirunelakanthar, Sundarar and Siruttondar. "Have you read Tamil well like your father?" he asked me. Speechless, I just muttered, "To some extent." Parameshwara debating with Arjuna came up in my mind and I shivered a little. "Have you read Puranaanooru?" he asked. Konjam, a little," I said. "What is that little? Should you not read it well? Doesn't the Kural say, Karka Kasadara, learn to remove your blemishes?" "Right. Tell me a Puranaanooru verse," he said, laughing. Like him, doing swastha, make healthy to the body and mind, nothing else has the power. Ekantam, solitude, only the 2 of us and Periyava. I recited a verse. "ஈன்று புறந்தருதல் என் தலை கடனே, சான்றோன் ஆக்குதல் தந்தைக்கு கடனே, வேல்வடித்து கொடுத்தல் கொல்லர்க்கு கடனே, நன்னடை நல்கல் வேந்தர்க்கு கடனே." My duty is to bear and get you out. The father's duty is to make you learn it. The blacksmith's duty is to shape you a veil, spear, and the king's duty is to give you good conduct. The next two stanzas somehow did not come readily to mind. Only Periyava should have made it stop. Because this is what he asked me. Saying everything good and peaceful, learned good conduct, why the veil, spear and the kollan, blacksmith in the middle? I did not know what to say about it. I had some shivering too. Later on, I read about how he asked M.M. Ismail, who was a scholar of Kambaramayanam, do you know about the verse where the words poo, flower, pambu, snake and male, garland occur? And the scholar struggled to answer it. Getting up, Mahaswamigal went inside. This happened in the forenoon. In the evening, he was pleased to tell me this. If a Raja is to remain in Samadhanam, composed, settled, keeping the peace in his country, he would need an army. He need not seek battle on his own. But if the enemy arrives, he should vanquish them and let subjects live without fear. That is why the veil and the collar are mentioned. Peace came to our mind too. But then, to return home that night, we did not receive his orders. A staff member of the Matham came and told me, you need not be disheartened. 4 days back, Kivaja came. Periyava asked him explanation for the same song and laughed. At least for you, Periyava told the explanation. How did I recite the very same verse that the great scholar Kivaja recited? Just this verse among the 400, or was I made to recite it? When we were about to retire, a man came and said, Periyava is calling you. It would have been 11 o'clock in the night. We both went to see him. Yenda, in English, you tell me what is renunciation and what is abdication, or do both have the same meaning? We did not know what to reply, and there was the fear of getting stuck with him saying something. Showing his Pada Darshanam, he went inside. Before we started from Satara, Mahaswamigal burdened us with two responsibilities. One of the tasks was a book called Dharma Shastram, gone out of circulation with no prints to be seen anywhere. It should be printed anew, but then there are many complications. First, you should remove the legal hurdle of the copyright. My younger brother Mani accepted this with eagerness. Within a year, by incessant efforts, he met and swam across the tides of law and threats, sought the help of Kumbakonam residents, Shastra Nipunas, scriptural experts, as revealed in his mind by Periyava himself, printed the copies, and what came up with another lease of life as Dharma Shastram, he brought to Sri Matam, kept them in Mahaswamigal's Sannidhi, and was greatly appreciated. But then the task given to me, although looked easy in word, later, as Mahaswamigal said in Mahagaon, laughing, I know it will not happen, da. Fizzled out like a flower pot cracker. He had told me earlier, near the Mylapore Kapali temple pond, daily in the evening, a number of Vedic priests would assemble, keeping stocks of sacred thread, poonal, dharba grass bundles and kurchas, knots of dharba grass. They would await their sale. Tell those people that I told them once a week, either in someone's house or in a public place, the believers, Astikas, should assemble. The Vaidikas should come there and give them a talk about the mantras used in Vaidika karmas, Upanayanam, sacred thread, investiture, Vivaham, marriage, Seemandam, a ritual connected with childbearing, and so on, giving the meaning of the mantras. Let the session be just for half an hour, not long, every week. After it is over, you keep 8 annas, on Vethilepaku, betel leaves and nuts and give them as sammanam, honorarium. What will you do this? If the efforts of publishing the Dharma Shastram is a ton, the task I received was just 10 grams. Still, I could not do it. Not that I did not make efforts. The replies that came up from Mylapore Pond people were varied, but immature like a raw fruit. I don't want to go further on this. It was my luck that Mahaswamigal on his own understood it. To be continued, Periyava Sharanam.